Hey guys, my name's Scotty and I'm here to talk about gun control. Before we get into that, I just want to introduce this YouTube channel. Um, Basically, the whole purpose of this channel is to talk about contemporary political issues, things that are concerning us as citizens, not just of Australia, America, wherever you may hail from, but the world in general. What is going on in our world, and what's your opinion? My background is, I guess you could say, the political science. Currently, I'm an intern I'm a policy education policy intern here in Phoenix, Arizona. I love it here; it's fantastic. Um, with all that aside, let's get down to the issue. All right, it's going to be short and sweet, just a bit of an introduction. All right, now gun control. We've had back in Australia before we stepped up our gun control under John Howard, who was our Prime Minister, not the last, but the one before. There was a Port Arthur massacre. Anyone from Australia should remember this. If you don't, Google, please. You should know this stuff. Alrighty, just lift it up a bit. My back is killing me. Oh, fuck. Alright. Now, many will say that gun control has improved crime. It's dropped crime rates in Australia. That is not true, and even if it was, it's besides the point. Now, I just want to hit you with a few quotes to keep in mind. One in particular, especially as a Ronald Reagan Fellow at the Goldwater Institute. I want to give you a quote from Ronald Reagan. We must reject the idea that every time a law is broken, society is guilty, rather than the law breaker. It is time to restore the American precept that each individual is accountable for his or her actions. That was Ronald Reagan. Now, that is very true. Each individual is accountable for their actions, and we should not always turn to government, who, by the way, should fear the people. Should fear the people. It shouldn't be the other way around. If we give them too much power, we will fear them, and I'd go as far to argue we already do. If you don't believe me, try not paying your taxes. See what happens. Just eventually, people with guns will come to your door and drag you off to prison. And we pay them because we fear them. No one wants to pay taxes. That's a good example. Alright, anyway. So these individuals that do partake or do commit these atrocities, they are to blame. The gun doesn't do this. The gun has nothing to do with it. It's the person. If they wanted to kill a bunch of school kids who couldn't get a gun, they'd jump in their car and drive through a children's crossing and mow down 10 kids at 50 miles an hour. If you're a psychopath, you would come up with a way. Hell, Al Qaeda flew planes, if you believe it was actually them, they flew planes into the fucking trade centers. Like, who would have thought of that, flying a fucking plane into a building? Like, people always find something. We're going to ban planes, then ban cars in the other situation. Now, got to draw the line. Anyway, I'll take you to another quote by George Washington. The very atmosphere of firearms anywhere and everywhere restrains evil interference. That's true. You hear all these massacres that end up happening, or that have happened. They're always in places where no one shoots back because there's no guns there. Strange. It is, isn't it? Now, the government wants to take away guns, or at least regulate them. Now, you've got to be very careful as well, even if you are for gun control. Read into their regulations that they're proposing, because you'll find they're much more intrusive than what you think they are. Now, I'll take you to another quote. Now, this one's actually by Thomas Jefferson. Now, sorry, I'm actually reading this, I'm looking down. But when government fears the people, there is liberty. When the people fear the government, there is tyranny. The strongest reason for people to retain the right to keep and bear arms is, at a last resort, to protect themselves against tyranny in government. Thomas Jefferson. Okay, now, that too holds a lot of weight. I believe so anyway, especially as the founding fathers. These quotes coming from Ronald Reagan, the exception. These people are also classical liberals. If you don't understand your political philosophy, please look into it. I am a classical liberal as well. Anyway, there are a couple of quotes that maybe help spur along a little bit of conversation. You also know my point of view, and I'll be happy to delve much deeper into that. Sorry about the stuttering, by the way. It is past midnight here, and I am very bloody tired. I've been up since 3 a.m. Anyway, I hope to hear from you all soon, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Have a good night, guys, and catch you on the other side.